dude. Every time, every day. It's been almost a month.
You critique capitalism, you're a hypocrite. If you're poor and you critique capitalism, you're jealous.
And Hasan maybe just
exactly.
Well,
I mean, I've seen both for the record.
Who told him to keep clinging on to this?
Capitalism, and
did his dog tell him?
And now that
no,
I have
because
money,
his dog isn't even real, right?
Like,
You're just imagining things. The dog wasn't real. I'm not real. Okay.
Guys, I'm gonna say what it is.
By the way, people in the comments, they say schizo, like schizo, like some kind of joke.
That's it. He's the master of
Dude,
lightning.
you know schizophrenia is a very serious illness. Also, dude, I'm not fucking crazy. Okay?
Wizard, right?
Stop trying to... Dude, it's just a fucking troll, man. People, it's always either little kid on his mom's phone.
Hypocrite much?
Okay, I get it, right? You make no sense, but you're a little kid. It's fine. So you keep doing you. Then it's the fucking trolls. Or you're not being slick, buddy. All these rage baits... They're so obvious. Dude, it's just annoying. It's just annoying because it's not funny. It's not a gotcha, dude. It's just some dumb shit. And you can smell the rage bait through the screen because I can smell you, buddy. You know, I can smell the fucking fluoride in your mouth. You know that they put fluoride in our water supply to try and control our temperaments, right? To keep us docile because
was born this way, you know.
I feel like people think that socialism is
they try to pin us against each other, but they know if even a small fraction of us actually gets our shit together and starts taking matters into our own hands, they can't stand a chance because we're too strong, right? So they try to do that and keep us docile too, keep us distracted, but also distract us from taking action.
I think he can have the view that he wants to have with economy, like social, whatever, and still be like rich and spend money.
Yeah. So basically, they were trying to point out.
It's not
like I don't know what demons are, man. I've seen demons. You've seen. You know what they are, right? Right. You like to pretend like things aren't even real anymore. They were real, right? You know what all the philosophers, all the prophets were saying, telling us about demons? Because they're real, okay? If demons aren't real, then dude, trigonometry isn't real. You know what they used to call music? You know music? If you were a Roman soldier or a guy from Roman times, you were educated in
there are a handful of
astrology,
you would be on fucking lists if that was the case.
Geometry, arithmetic, and music, but way back. Modern music is derived from church songs, and the monks want to write their hymns down because it would be hard to just tell everyone every time you want to sing something, yeah? And then the court musicians like Mozart, they copied that and they made it more, right? So it's more modern. Ancient music was more about it's like a precursor to trigonometry and like algebra.
And I didn't have to worry about making ends meet.
It's more about math and shit. Because you know the guy that invented music theory, you know what his name is? His name is Pythagoras. This is the triangle dude. Actually, if you think I'm wrong, I'm right. For real, that's for Pythagoras.
A great deal of money, wealthy. Brother, chat. I feel like great deal of money / wealthy isn't just rich. It's like a notch above. Because I think a lot of people are rich and they don't consider themselves wealthy or having a great deal of money. It's like there's a dip. It's like a notch above it. No?
I think if you're rich, if you have a job, you're poor.
Network in the same way.
If you work for your money, you're poor.
I still
That's just
did not
how it
have
goes.
to
Right, because really, truly rich people don't work for their money because they innately have money because they're rich. They're not just rich in terms of money; they were rich in character first. Then they got rich because of that. Right? They're the type of people you just listen to because they're always right. Like the goat. Right? You know why is the goat? Why is the goat rich? Because he's trying to kick you, dude. Because he gambles all day, dude. Because he advertises gambling on stream. No. It's because he's the GOAT and he's always right and people love him for it. People watch him for it. He just is rich by nature. And you can't get close because you're not even remotely close to it because you're demonic. Or you're possessed by demons. Every time you think, there's a demon in your head speaking to you, telling you what to do, and you listen to it every single time, dude.
Jesus. I can't, guys. I can't read any of this. Guys. I'm not trying to be a doctor. I mean, is this public shit? I mean, I feel bad now. It's kind of odd. Because I thought it was gonna be some whatever thing. Like I thought it was gonna be something. Like, I'm not trying to be weird. So, yeah.
He's a politician.
Guys, are you mega rich if your company that you work at is a multi-billion company? Are you automatically rich? Like, what does being part of the board mean?
Part of the board. Yeah. That means you're poor. That means you're like a boss. Dude, fucking like a manager.
Friends, a board of directors,
but what? Poor. Fucking brokey.
Interesting. Mom is a commercial landlord, what?
I mean, I believe Hasan, he's poor. Right, he's still poor. You know? He was never rich. Like, he lives in a $3 million house in LA.
No?
You're fucking poor, dude. You're about the same, you're the same tier of richness as an actor. Dude, what's an actor? It's a fucking slave, if I've ever seen one. You're a slave to the public. Of course you're fucking poor. Like, we didn't already know this. And then people are gonna spin this thinking, well, you don't know what poor, what rich means. Because you're a dumb fucking idiot. And you listen to your demons. You're poor of character. That's why you're fucking poor. You're completely delusional. That's what you are. You're fucking delusional. You don't even know what wealth is, dude. You don't own any of the shit you have. It's just something you keep. Right? As long as you keep working for it, then you'll own it. But the moment you stop working, you'll stop owning all of that. Because then not only will you get fired, you will lose your house because now you can't pay for it anymore because you don't own it. You didn't buy it. It's not your house. You bought it with someone else's money. You don't own it. The fucking bank does. You don't. So the moment you stop working, you lose your job. You notice, wait, I don't have some money. I don't have any money because, well, that's why you're rich, right? Or that's why you're poor. That's why with
the problem that
rich people always say money doesn't matter.
No,
because it doesn't matter, right? Money doesn't matter. But you don't have any money. What you think money isn't money. It's your duties, your obligations to other people for using their money for your benefit. You're stealing from other people and using it selfishly for your luxury. That's why you are so stressed about money all the time, is because you don't have any money and you use other people's money, you steal, and you want to get away with it, and they allow you to get away with it because you provide some service for them, some kind of type of good. So you have to keep working to do it because you're a fucking slave. That's why, right? Your owner, your master, paid for your stuff for you, so you stop rebelling, right? That's you. That's why you're poor.
Anyway,
you're fucking poor because you don't own anything, dude.
Being hired somewhere doesn't automatically mean that you are, you know, like Nepo. You know what I mean?
Nepo. It's not a chess player.
I'm just kidding. I don't believe that. But okay, so he's saying that he's broke sometimes, and sometimes he's saying that he was rich. Depending on his audience. Depending on the context, he sometimes says that he was broke, sometimes he says that he was rich. So which one is it then?
He's broke. He's a brokey. He still is.
Electrify! Zap! Electrons!
Classic. I made a video about this, but I actually made 14 of them. Let's do this in a month of my time. Man.
And I need you to understand something,
so
because I know I bit the bait for one person, and then I think like a Discord server was alerted somewhere because everyone started posting this. Kaya lives a better life than you ever will have. Okay, she's a better animal than you. She's a much more important for many other people's lives than you. Okay, you are going to die alone.
I mean, true.
Dude.
True.
Even though the dog can't really go a bunch of places, right? I'm sure when he falls asleep, the dog can say, dude, at least a lot of people on the internet care about me. I'm making a big impact in a lot of viewers' lives, and that warms my heart. That's why
because people love Kaya. They all love Kaya. That's why they hated him getting shocked.
Globalized impact, man. Dude, that's really cute. W. Massive W.
Because this is the type of shit you get up to on the internet. You spend the finite amount of time you have doing this kind of stuff on the internet. Okay?
He's right, John.
You can type ah ha 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 all day, every day. Act as though you're totally not mad right now.
Chat. You think this guy's like wild at the computer? Let's be honest. This guy had a bag of chips, Doritos or whatever. Everybody said, what about the dog though? And he probably moved on, had this on a second monitor. And then these guys started fucking raging, and he responded. Yeah, this guy was laughing. This guy was not mad. He was not mad.
But the reality of the matter is, when you die, it is going to be alone. There won't even be a sigh of relief. You understand? Not even a sigh of relief from your family members. That is how irrelevant you are. I fucking love it, dude. Owned his ass.
It's not called, man.
Jesus. Well, that was dark.
I did dress up Kaya for Halloween. She's a Crip dog.
Damn, that was crazy. You fell for Rage Bait 101. That's insane. What else you got? Well, chat.
Yeah, so it's like in the airplane. You have all these kids all around you, these babies, right? And they cry, they scream, they go to the toilet 50 times. So when I want to go to the toilet, it's always occupied. And it's disgusting because you've got this old fart coughing in my ear for hours. Right? There's nothing to do. I have to play maybe Slay the Spire or whatever. You finally land, your ass is sore, you can barely stand. And then you have to wait in line for the shit ass checkup. You have to go to 50 checks. Right? You just do it in one go, maybe. Dude, you don't need to see my passport 8 times. Dude, anyway. And then all that's left for you is to waste money on the expensive ass stay.
You know what I mean?
Eat shit food at a tourist trap restaurant.
You know what I mean?
See shit you could have seen on the internet. On Google picture, and then get sick from the dog shit food you just ate. That would have tasted better if you got it at home, right? And you wouldn't have gotten sick, right? Because you're in a third world country. That's just so annoying.
Guys,
it's kind of fun always when you look back on it. It's kind of fucking annoying, dude.
That's not the police though. What is that? I don't get it. Is the guy even allowed to go into the thing? Farm tools.
Yeah, and you know it's all of them.
Steve was hired by owner of the Hollywood. Steve was hired by the owner of Hollywood Hills, Mans Mladen. Oh, chat, I can't read, man. I'm a kid, chat, guys. I'm trying my best. What the fuck am I reading? Am I brain dead? Guys, hired by the owner of the Hollywood Hills, Mans Mladen. What the fuck? To comb through former pad of Queensborn. Oh my god. Okay, evidence that can help solve mysteries. Yo,
if it was written with a U, yeah.
Guys, does that not interfere with the cops' work though?
It's combe.
Like, does this guy like get inside the car? Is he looking like
or
what is he doing?
combe.
What's he doing? He's just he's staying close to the cop, and then he's like looking at the stuff, like maybe binoculars, and he's looking at them like loading up evidence or something like that, like so he's like investigating the investigation type thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Police don't see the house as a crime scene. Okay, interesting. Well,
45 months watching this penguin xQc.
I'm gonna the private detective said he discovers multiple tools normally used on farms. How about you just say what type of tool it is, right? How about you give us what type of tool it is? Is it a being innocuous about this? No.
Probably use scissors to cut the yard.
Let's say an axe or a rake or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's still no manufacturing packaging delivered in a home.
Maybe if it's just a generic gardening tool.
More on a farm
so
than
it's
a home.
Well, he could have cut her up using scissors used to cut.
Very worrying. Oh, well, we shall see.
The gardens, right?
We'll see what happens.
That makes sense. They used to, if you went to war back in the day, they used to repurpose gardening tools or farming tools.
I am the one who took these pictures.
Spear heads on them, and you have a spear, right?
I didn't do this.
That makes sense.
Fake.
So it's just like repurposing tools for different purposes. Like, what is a sword? It's a thing used to fight, but it's basically just a big knife. And it was always a big knife, like a big knife used to cut things. But then you add some rage and it's a sword.
I don't know what the fuck this even happened. This is fake.
It's AI, yeah.
Oh, what else we got? I feel like if you're gonna grade above 30 as in political commentary bullshit. Playing games, like blah blah blah. Well, it's gonna have to.
I mean, because people love people love listening to philosophers, nigga.
Right?
Are you serious?
A lot of people that like to partake in also other things.
Dude, you're such a waste of fucking space.
One.
Okay.
Two, people do a lot more things than you do on Twitch.
I get to broaden my view, listen to people speak all the angles all around me, right? And I get to talk to people as well. Or I get to play or watch them play fucking Fortnite, gamble on Clash Royale, play the new fucking Silk Song, whatever the fuck. What a waste of fucking time. I wouldn't play the game myself then. Of course I'm not gonna, dude.
Yeah,
if we were gonna watch that, I wouldn't watch that.
Guys, I want
to watch this. I want to watch Hasan. I want to the GOAT xQc. You know, I want to watch Azimuthal clips, dude.
All of the real
so what?
That is only used for
fuck
billionaires,
you.
Right? That they only
You're a fucking bum. You live in your little bubble. You think life is all good. It's all gonna crash down on you, dude. You don't get to have time off. It's you're in the social sphere. Participate in it, bitch.
To all of the people.
Stop hiding.
Incredible housing crisis, right?
You can't afford to fucking live in this town.
Yeah.
Money that people get is not enough to pay rent.
I don't think New York City survives Mandami Victor. Crime goes up, taxes.
If you cannot afford a house, you absolutely cannot afford to maintain and clean or even get food up to your fucking place if you live in a fucking penthouse. What the fuck are you talking about? Brother, if you cannot afford any house or rent a house, you're not paying the fucking power bill and shit and that comes with in those apartments. Brother, people think, I hate this level 1 thinking, like literally level 1 out of 100. You think that a house is just, oh, it's just, you're going out. Brother, you have to maintain it. There's upkeep costs. Who pays that?
Go up, people leave.
We survived Andrew Cuomo being the governor of the state.
He's right.
We will survive anything, and we are actually going to do more than just survive. We're going to thrive in the city.
You're wrong.
Fuck Cuomo. Let's go Zoran. We're going to turn this country socialist. Socialism to me means equity, not equality. Unfortunately, we're not all equal. I come from extreme privilege, yo, and I want everyone to have the same privileges that I have. Shout out Andrew Callahan. Y'all doing great work.
You know, the Democratic Party and its establishment has failed us, not only as young people, but as Americans.
New York is an incredibly wealthy city. It's the wealthiest city on the planet. Why is it that we have homeless people? Why is it that we have people without homes, people that can't afford to pay their rent?
He fucking advertised the guy that's interviewing.
Tiny minority of
isn't this Channel 5? Isn't that Andrew whatever his name is? That's him. It's him, dude. It's fucking paid actor, dude.
Capitalism in our country. Capitalism allows what? Freedom, free enterprise. Mamdani is for control, government control.
This guy actually has all the zero level 1 thinking process, thinking that if somebody didn't have this money, somebody else would have it. Is literally level 1 thinking. It's like it's like you go into a server, okay? You're level 1 and you do attack with your right click. That's it.
Because money is complex.
He talks about not having private property. He talks about taking back the means of production.
Money is just a way to distribute value across society. Right? There's things you do that people want, so they value that. People value some things. But money isn't really a thing. It's supposed to be abstracted from that to be able to distribute value throughout a broader society. So you don't have to do every little part of your life, right? You don't make your computer, you don't make your electricity, you don't make your food, you don't make your house, you don't make your car, you don't make the fucking air you're breathing, you don't make any part of your life, but somewhere someone is making that. So you have to provide something for that, right? You don't just get it for free. That's what money is, right? So you earn money, you earn it for the value you provide.
I've heard is he's hung like a donkey.
He backs terrorists. He's a jihadist.
I think there's a lot of Democrats.
Right, so because you don't know how much people are providing. Some people are providing too much, some too little. You don't really know. It's hard to say because it's not something tangible. You can't really. It's really hard to guess how much value you actually provide. So you have a whole system built for it that kind of approximates it. Right, how much it actually is, it's money. And it isn't always fair, it doesn't always come out right. It comes out mostly right.
Chat said, the chat saying he's right actually gives me a headache. I gotta be honest with you, none of you guys took any sort of econ class. Nobody went, let's be honest, you did not take any, whether it's fucking econ 101, macro, micro, you did not go in any, it is such a, bro, I can't. I'm over it.
Especially in swing districts that shy away from issues such as free Palestine or trans healthcare or things that may seem scary, but in reality, those issues and Zoran not being afraid to back down is what's keeping his volunteer base here.
You and your brother.
You want to do something?
You both want. You both want a banana and a papaya, right? And a banana costs 100 gold, and a papaya costs 50 gold. Now you both work on the farm. You get the cow milk, and you sell your cow milk for 50 each.
Ladies and gentlemen,
but there's only one banana, only one papaya, and you both want both.
Is Andrew Callahan, and
so you can either share the banana because you both combine and leave 100.
From a
you can share the banana,
an action-packed schedule for you guys.
Buy one papaya
live on the streets of
and be selfish.
To the people, to the actual
the guy used an economic concept that does not apply in a scenario.
You don't have enough money. It's too little. The price of the objects are too big for the money you have.
If these guys weren't rich, everybody would be richer.
Doesn't mean someone else has that money.
That's not how it works.
You just didn't earn enough yet. It's too little, so the price is too high for you to buy it.
Which, by the way, was hosted
doesn't mean someone else can buy
for
it.
Capitalism Collective.
I designed the shirt.
You think it does because you only think of economics as an interaction between you and a guy. I pay money for you, I get stuff. One exchange.
Who is the youngest New York City council member in city history.
But it's not,
represents the
not every exchange is perfect.
So the
right?
Cuomo and
sometimes you always lose a little, you know, like in physics, you always lose a little energy to some friction, some light.
make money from other countries.
Right?
Money comes
it's always
back,
a little bit lost.
Tax, that goes back to the
same
system.
with money. There's always a little bit of miscalculations about how it actually should have went. It's always perfectly accurate. So sometimes there's too much to go around, sometimes too little to go around. It's always kind of in a balance. It tries to balance itself out. It's way too complex for it to be that simple.
Bro. Jesus Christ. Bro, let's be honest. You're a hardcore socialist.
Are hosted by our brave and dedicated social media manager, January 6th participant John Peter Scatini, aka the homie JP, who's been working behind the scenes at Channel 5 for 4 years, slicing together clips like his life depends on it and keeping the 5 train rolling forward. So shout out to Saddam and JP for their fantastic coverage.
What is that?
I love Sliwa. Yeah.
Oh, please don't be glazing me here, Zoran.
I'm sure some of you guys might be thinking, Andrew, this is great, but why the heck weren't you there? Wrong. Well, compadre, I was down in Mexico shooting original content with our Canal 5 Latinoamerica street team and documenting the festivities surrounding Mexico's glorious Independence Day. Mira.
Viva Mexico!
Viva Mexico, cabrones!
Single issue voter, but I think everything.
Canal 5, a totally separate channel. Finish in the description box of this video. So if you want to give it a sub, a like, a comment, I would really, really appreciate it. Gracias. All right, back to New York.
Oh, sorry. Hello. What's up? How's it going? Who'd you vote for?
Mamdani.
Why?
You know, I hate to say I'm a single issue voter, but I think everything boils down to like an unequal distribution of wealth, and like any candidate that's willing to speak to.
Okay. Hold on. Get chat, guys. I actually agree with a lot of what this guy says, right? And yeah, bro, what if I do I care? Bro, obviously I'm not into politics that much. I guess some mayor race, I don't give a fuck that much, right? This guy, I think, has great also other policies or whatever. But the takes about econ are fucking dog shit, and he knows he's speaking to zero IQ people, okay? That fucking fall for the guys. When I'm mayor, the guys that are a billion in my city, the money that they got, dude, it's done. Hey, bro, it's good. It's gonna go back to your pocket. Yo, their money, when I'm in, that's your money. That's right, dude. Like, Jesus Christ.
Whose money?
Ability to make things a little bit more livable for
because
people
you're all
that
poor.
are in,
Y'all want that money because you're selfish.
Humans.
Most things
this is why you don't listen to Democrats. You don't listen to democracy because
from buses.
For the people, by the people, the people are retarded.
Or so.
Yeah.
That's less money than Andrew Cuomo gave to Elon Musk and $959 million in tax credits when he was the governor.
He's pretty witty, you know, he puts his words together just like a nice
pay for your New Yorker. The guy, he doesn't have this much reach.
He understands his linguistic communicating abilities.
Okay, you don't know what
he's been
linguistics
around
mean.
like-minded individuals. I understand.
You don't know what it means.
Why he's so.
You saw that word once when you applied for college. You saw linguistics. Language.
Why is that?
You don't know what that
we need
means.
to change. We need
you
something
don't know
different.
what that is.
Yeah. They always promise us the same old stuff, you know. So we need somebody who could relate, somebody younger, somebody who's willing for change.
I think he's running to make things
funny enough,
now
the AI trained on our language.
He's a Muslim.
Now, you know
but then the AI, they twist it because it's controlled by big media companies, big media tech companies. So they control the AI's language, but in turn, the AI influences our language as we influence its language. And so the big tech, they're using this to manipulate our uses of language to twist the narrative in their favor.
Why are the candidates so fucking dog shit? I always ask this shit.
Listen to type into ChatGPT.
This guy's got a few bad takes.
It's bugged. It's bugged. It's fucking. It's crazy. It's actually psychotic what it's doing. It says so many just weird things and it refuses to admit. And when it finally does, it just does it anyway. You're lying to my face here, dude. I don't appreciate that. And you know for a fact those words were studied in by the big tech companies. They're all doing this, all of them, because they want to twist the narrative to the same power because they know that people are turning on them. People hate AI, right? They hate them for making shit software and hardware.
To understand Zoran's meteoric rise, which was largely
people
carried
haven't
by
woken
social
up to
media
this yet.
platforms the establishment calls Gen Z platforms like Instagram and TikTok, it may help to understand the rise of a different New York politician who came before Zoran, using the same tactics.
Okay, we're here. Thank you for your time, for sitting down with us. Could we just start by you telling us your name and your position?
Sure. I'm New York City Council member xQc. I represent the 36th City Council District. That includes Bed-Stuy and Crown Heights in Brooklyn.
Before running for office at 22, xQc developed a following on social media through his coverage of the BLM protests in New York back in 2020.
The Black Lives Matter movement really brought me into this world by chance. I took to the streets after, the first 48 hours after George Floyd was murdered and started documenting a lot of what was happening on the ground in the streets of New York City at these protests and seeing a lot of crazy shit, right? Like police pepper spraying people and hitting people with their cars and knocking people with barricades. And none of this was being documented on, MSNBC and CNN, right? We were seeing a lot of looting, and I was just using my iPhone to live stream. There was a lot of Instagram Live back then, and posting on social media, and people were following and watching what I was doing. And I started speaking at some of these protests just about, a lot of the inequities within our city, especially when it came to budget matters, and started organizing with some people on the ground who were sharing some of the same sentiments that I was. I decided to run for city council myself, and ran an extremely grassroots campaign.
Am I allowed to run,
I was 22 years old when
New
I
York
first launched. Ran against a 40-year Democratic establishment. Utilized very different
As a Canadian, I'm allowed to?
strategies of running a city council race, and I think we were running
it,
we thought we were running for president of the United States, and learned a lot in the process.
He's my
and
ended
up
he owns nothing,
and getting elected at 23 years old. So,
and you were the youngest city councilman in the history of the city, right?
Yeah,
That's at least on
I'll say New York.
I like to claim that, but there is this one dude. His name is William Rivera. He was a council member up in the Bronx, who I think got elected at 22.
Okay.
But his dad was the council member before him.
Okay.
So I may be the youngest council member without
some
political nepotism. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll let you claim it. I think.
Cut that shit. Yeah. I'm youngest council member in history.
When did you first meet Zoran?
Oh man, I think I met Zoran at a New York Working Families Party rally post 2020.
Guys, this seems this seems like a tangent to me. It's like a sideline interview. Bruh, video's long enough. Come on, bruh.
Energy given by some people in the streets of Brooklyn, Saddam also noticed a lot of apathy and picked up on a sense of jaded disillusionment as to the possibility of real change in the quality of life.
I don't believe anybody.
Right.
Because they all crooks anyway. They do everything for themselves anyway.
Yeah.
So,
he's right.
Blue and white, Yankees all day.
I don't really know nothing about that. I just play basketball all day. That's all I really do.
Fair enough.
Have a wonderful day, y'all.
Cuomo or Mamdani?
I don't even know, man. I'm not really into that right now.
Oh, all right.
Sorry about that, man.
Cuomo or
Mamdani? Some
Mamdani?
packages, man.
Neither one.
Everybody's for sale. Everybody's gonna get bought at that
good
time.
answer.
He's just
So
chilling.
no matter
good
what you
answer.
do, it's always gonna be the same end result.
Yeah, because it's everything's fucked. So we just watched South Park, and it's easier to deal with life that way.
Yeah.
Could you ever
Hard to
trust
deal with
any
it.
politician ever for real? Probably
How?
not.
Because if you don't take the time to look into both candidates, you don't have the time and the energy to do that. I know it's your civic duty, but it's okay to admit to yourself that you don't have enough time and you didn't do it, and you don't participate because you don't want to vote for somebody that doesn't actually stand for what you believe in, because you don't even know what they stand for, because you didn't do the research for it. And let's be honest, not everybody that votes actually does the research and looks at the stuff. They just go with fucking vibes. That's brain dead. And there's somebody not voting because they didn't take the time. There's somebody who votes.
That's why you need to take away the democracy.
Everybody
because
just needs to get a little more stoned.
Yeah. Do you guys want
people,
weed?
you give people power that should never have had power.
You don't take any,
Or you give people power that just aren't capable of using it.
Yet beneath the mask of nihilism came several sage tidbits of wisdom.
I go out.
Pain comes from a lack
I
of
meet people all the
understanding.
time.
Once you figure out and
these people
sit in
can
your
barely
feelings and find clarity
hold a
with the
conversation
situation that you're going through,
about
your pain will go
anything
away because you will
other than the
start
weather.
to understand where it's coming from.
You got opportunity.
It's embarrassing. It's just
and if you don't
depressing.
take advantage of that,
It's
I don't
just
know
awful.
what to tell you.
Some of these,
For
most
all
of these
these
people, all of
American
these people, actually.
You want to do something, you want to stand up, bicycle for bicycle. Everybody.
And they're being manipulated
Start riding bicycles.
by the wrong people.
You get healthy,
Because
breathe better,
what
you
do the
save
evil
money.
people
On top
and
of that,
you
start
have in
growing your
common?
own vegetables. Start
You
growing
both
your own
have
fruits. You understand?
demons in your head
rabbit,
talking to
kill
you.
it,
Right?
eat it.
Demons in your head
Season,
trying to
you go get
manipulate
2 or
you.
3 years,
So
you
the
chop it
evil
up,
people
you
are
take it to
already
your house,
manipulated.
You're great for
So
the
they
whole year.
double manipulate
You don't
you.
need
That's why when you have a
You don't need
democracy,
chicken.
the
Alright, you
evil
don't need
people
eggs.
always win.
That's how I go
Right?
against the system.
Because the demons
I don't
have
eat
double the
eggs.
power.
It's just $10.
Triple the
a dozen.
power.
You know what? I could do without it.
It's demonic.
So think about it, people.
Really.
This is how we're gonna fight this country, the politicians, and their decisions on what they want to do with us. We decide what we want to do with us. I decide what I do with me. Not the mayor, not the governor, me.
It's important to remember that sometimes, no matter what's going on, whether we're on the brink of nuclear warfare or a natural disaster, a solid fraction of the population is living in their own world at all times. For real. Anyways, as the New York City mayoral race has heated up, we've seen every type of...
Chat, why is there reports that are always so different to one another? New York City... I've seen these stats be fucking like 90 to 10. I've seen it to be 40, 60. Why do they all change all the time? I don't get it. What it is? Bro, people need to stop doing the polls. The polls can fucking suck it. Okay? Yo, here comes my zero IQ take. This is zero IQ. I am zero IQ. The polls can suck all of it. If you want to vote for somebody, stop looking at the polls. Care about the polls. How about you vote for whatever the fuck you want to vote? Not because they have a chance of winning. Not because they get whatever.
We should just abolish America.
But the reality is, you stand for nothing.
Abolish all the 50 states.
You're a Vide voter.
And you blow it all up. Right, go for full reset.
Institution try and influence things one way or another. And depending on which network you watch in the morning, you're either attending a rally for justice or participating in a leftist takeover of the streets.
We all know it.
That's the thing about how major outlets frame politics
passive.
right now. Narratives are crafted in boardrooms.
It's the food. It's the electromagnetic radiation. It's the air, it's the smog in the air, the cars that are blasting us with chemicals all day long. If you drive a car, stop it now. Stop it. Or get an air filter, and a good one. Not one of the ones from any company is affiliated with anything related to cars or industry. Don't buy their air freshener. It doesn't work. Okay? It's a scam.
He's, talking about affordability. He's talking about cheaper rent. He's talking.
Or they're intoxicating you every day, slowly. They're poisoning your mind, making you passive. Right, making you, changing you, right? You know what the oncologist does when they say you're crazy, and they put you in the scanner room, right? He rewires your brain to make you, they implant a narrative into your head, dude. That's the reality. All these doctors, they're not to be trusted because they're incentivized to make you ill, to make you less healthy, so they can sell you more drugs. They're crooks. They're crooks.
If you think it's not, you're a dumbass.
The scientists, they're lying. They're lying, and they get away with it because no one actually reads actually goes into detail reading these things, right? Reading the papers. Because it's way too much. It's a bunch of fucking bullshit, and they're paid not to do it because they're paid to lie. And then once they do get caught, it's already too late. The majority of people already believe it, and they're not going to be convinced otherwise. Because try shattering some guy's worldview, entire worldview. People think that if I just eat fruits are healthy, and then they only eat fruits and they get diabetes, and they think I got diabetes. Dude, it must have been exercise. Exercise more. No, dude, you're eating 50 fruits a day, dude. You're eating candy. Your whole diet consists of candy. That's why you're diabetic, dude.
We would say,
sure, your teeth are rotting out,
right?
And you think it's the fucking fruit shake, like the coffee. They put toxins in your coffee. No, dude, you just you're brainwashed, right? They made you believe something. They've proven it. It was wrong, right? And you still believe it because it's too hard to actually change and accept the truth. You can't change. People don't change. They don't. They just lie to themselves, they lie to you, they always want their world to get out, and then they always disregard yours. If in any way it doesn't align, they'll call you demons, right? They'll think you're a demon, when in reality it's the demons in their head that want you to do that, that want you to think that, right? It's them that are talking to you, right? They are twisting it. They are twisting the truth. They're liars. They're pathological liars. Of course, that's what demons are, right? They lie to you, they twist you, using your nature against you.
Person who has brought good programs and good architecture projects into the city and into the state. LaGuardia Airport, different bridges, the train station, and other things also over the years. So no, he is not a perfect person, and neither am I. Neither is anybody. But we have choices of who is on the ballot. And Mamdani has no background, no experience, no knowledge, and he keeps doing things to incite, to get different groups to be fighting one another. And I'm Jewish. Even if I wasn't Jewish, I would feel this way. He is inciting. And if you call him on any of those things, he says,
what, though?
It's an Islamophobia. Everybody is afraid of the Muslims or doesn't like Muslims. And Cuomo believes in bringing everyone together.
Dude, this guy on the right is
tweaking. That's what he spoke about.
Black, white, brown,
what a
public
tweaker, dude.
unions, private unions, middle class, all together, fighting for fairness and justice and the values that this country represents.
Has Mamdani ever even worked in a supermarket?
Yo, is this the only guy that they could find that has a chance of getting mayor? Like, the city is cooked. The city is cooked. Everything is cooked. Is that the only guy they had? He sounds like he's crying.
Run a supermarket? He doesn't know the first thing about food distribution, keeping fresh food on the shelves, managing the supermarket. There's a lot involved because we're dealing with public health. And what's the underlying assumption with all residential real estate?
She's still talking.
I used to be a real estate accountant. That's why I'm just not speaking off the top of my head here.
Oh!
Is that the tenants pay the expenses in the building, but the costs of everything are going up. The utilities, the maintenance, the staff. We cannot just have a rent freeze because what happens when the rent is too low, the maintenance in the building...
Can I get a word in?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that what we are seeing in the city is a rent crisis beyond any scale. I mean, rent has been going up year after year after year. And yeah, it is incredibly unaffordable, right? And I think that actually I would support a rent freeze, right? What I would support even more is capping at rent at 10%. This lady, you know, she's saying that she's worked in real estate.
If you rent freeze and everything fucking goes up,
this guy
communist? And there's like massive, like inflation or whatever, right? And it stays frozen, and these guys can't even afford to run the building. What the fuck are they gonna do? And I'll get it. People that own this shit, like if they can't afford, if it doesn't make sense, then GG. Guys, it's kind of like a casino, in my opinion, right? If you have a property that you rent out, right? You're always gonna set it up in a way that's making profits, right? I don't think anybody says, guys, I'm renting out my house at a loss, yay! So they always win, right?
Yes.
It sucks it's like that, right? But they made the investment. They always win. I don't think there's any world where these guys would deliberately do it so it's at a loss. And if it's at a loss for too long, if you freeze it for too long, what happens?
Yeah, okay.
If it doesn't make sense for them, I mean,
they don't always win though, right? They have, they own the house. They rent it out. Owning the house comes with a lot of responsibility. That's their loss.
That there is a tremendous
they
amount of real estate that
all
is
the
totally
responsibility
empty in the
that you,
city. The amount of commercial real estate in downtown New York is tremendous.
Let's go, Brandon. And make you pay for it.
Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Cuomo.
And that's worth it because they tank all the responsibility. If things go bad, they go bad for them, not you. They lose everything, not you, because you're protected by everyone, and then everyone's going to listen to your complaints and treat you so empathetically that you deserved it. When in reality, you had the easy deal all along. And everyone thought you had it hard when you didn't. Okay, you had it easy. The reason you're poor is because you took the easy route. Okay, you just did what everyone thought you would do, what everyone wanted you to do. You did that. You took the easy way out. I know you complain about it. Like, that's not the result of your own mistakes. Like, you chose this. You wanted to be poor. You wanted to be out of the spotlight. No. You have to be rich in character to be rich. You can't, and if you aren't, and you're still rich, you will lose everything, right? Because you've got so many more responsibilities, so much more. You've got everything to lose, literally. So if you lose everything. These people have got nothing to lose, but they just also don't have anything, right? That's why they keep complaining, but because if anyone ever calls them out for it, what will they ever lose? The only thing they can do is win.
Catching some of the worst vibes imaginable,
if you're a brokey poor guy, you can only win. There's no going lower, right? Because you're the lowest in the low. You're a lazy bum. You're just so bad. I would almost say you're evil, but that's going a little far.
I would define
but you're
socialism
completely
as community.
demonic.
I think socialism is actually caring about the community you live in and are involved with. So when I hear Zoran actually express the values of socialism, they actually sound helpful. They sound communal. It's like, do we want to all survive and live in this together healthily or not?
You know, it's too expensive to live.
I think the Democratic Party has a bit of an identity crisis, and the younger generation is speaking up as loudly as it knows how to. And if the older generation isn't listening, we're going to have a problem. And the thing is, like, if they actually want our vote, which, by the way, they do, they need it, then they got to listen to it, man. And we're speaking for AOC. We're speaking for Zoran. We're speaking with Bernie. And yeah, man, I think partnership, it lies with this. I think Zoran represents a big change.
He's not afraid to embrace tough issues like Israel-Palestine. He was quick to say it's a genocide, it's apartheid, in a way, in a time that, like, people were not willing to face that sort of criticism about Israel.
And I also think public safety is a really big one, but I think so many communities, no matter where you go, like I was talking to a friend in Jamaica and a friend in Pelham Parkway in the Bronx, and we all talked about public safety. And I think so many people think, you know, more police, but in fact, there's so many mental health issues, and I think the Department of Community Safety would be absolutely life-changing to addressing those issues, and it would be a platform and a program that would also be sensitive to LGBTQ people, BIPOC people, and communities that are often left out of decisions.
And I think the Mamdani campaign is, you know, in a similar vein, standing up for the things that Democrats have always said they believe in, but that we have to be, you know, stronger and fight harder for.
What you cannot replicate is authenticity and personality, and I think that's something that you can see through how someone communicates online a lot of the time. In addition to that, the values really matter, right? Like, I think what makes, you know, Zoran successful in that form of media is that not only is he reaching and speaking the language of the internet, right? He's speaking to an audience that wants to hear and wants to see a politician fighting for affordability, right? Wants to hear a politician speaking about how rents are skyrocketing and what they'll do about it, right? Not every politician can do that, right?
Yeah,
you can do the videos,
it's the name of the game these days.
Speak about what you're going to do to solve.
Chat, it's the name of the game these days. Politicians have tried to do it in presidential races forever, okay? And the reality is that a lot of them fail at it, right? And Democrats, I feel like, are always behind this shit. And now they think they're doing pretty good. So I mean, this ends up being W for everybody, because if the other guys don't like it because they lose, then they'll do it the next time, and then it's like becomes like a race. It keeps it competitive.
The problems that people within those spaces are very passionate about, and I think that authenticity and values systems are lacking in maybe some of the replications that we do see other electeds attempt to do online.
I know there's Hakeem Jeffries, there's Chuck Schumer, there's all these guys, but if they're not tapping into the culture, then they're missing the point. Vote for Zoran. New York City is not for sale, baby. Come on.
Welcome. Join us. You know, the water is warm. We won't even make you change your sex. You could just show up, and we can make things cheaper and better and less corrupt.
I have been supporting Zoran since the beginning of the campaign. I believe that he is the mayor we need to actually, you know, make sure that the labor movement has a secure place and a secure standing to rebuild a new.
How am I wrong? David, you felt, bro, you completely, I can't.
New York, continue building in New York.
How is what I said
take
bad?
it to people like Jeff Bezos, who are every single day keeping their foot on the necks of Amazon workers across the country.
Most obvious shit.
A year ago, I was arrested on a picket line by when Amazon tried to you know, interfere with what was happening on the picket line. They arrested me, a bunch of other Teamster leaders, and the reality is people didn't do anything.
Brother, I hate to say it, and this was maybe not out of touch, but the reality is that connecting with the younger viewers, younger voters, they've been trying to do this shit to do for fucking decades, okay? Now they're doing a lot more with it. Bro, say what you want about any candidate. Trump goes on the fucking, all the podcasts with the whatever fucking, all the bros and the whatever, and the aid, of course, and the does all this shit, right? all the bullshit AI memes, cringe. He does all of it that appeals to at least to some form, some relatability to the young people. What do we get on the opposite side? What do you get on the fucking Democrats? Let me get. You get the fucking Shake Shack with fucking Unk or whatever the fuck podcast. What else do you get? You get Pokemon Go to the polls fucking type shit. Brother, they have to lock in, and this is an example where they do lock in, and look, I think it's paying off dividends, buddy. Like, what else about it?
To stop that, and Zoran is he's been an ally for labor unions across the city. I think he'll continue to be, and I hope that in the future we'll see some real success with him as an ally.
And Zoran seems separate from a democratic establishment platform. He's
AOC playing Among Us and fucking Kamala Fortnite map. That's what we get. That's what we get. All the fucking brain rotters get fucking Trump AI dog shit. Bunch of other. But no, the Fortnite map is gonna save it, guys. Surely.
Seems like his own
what
guy.
The fuck?
I mean, everything he's done has displayed that he's been pro-worker. From the
They're
fact
all delusional.
That he
They all
on hunger
they go
strike with the taxi
they
drivers,
go and say
many things beyond that. I just want to be very clear.
about the
I'm not
internet.
here as a
Like it's
representative of the
gonna
union. I'm
poison
here
our
as
minds.
a
No, it's not. It's gonna enlighten us. Right? That's why when my child is gonna be an iPad child for all forever. Right? He's gonna be on the iPad from day 1 until day 30. Okay,
make their lives more affordable.
He's on that. He's going to be socialized, right? He's going to be cultured. He's going to be educated. He's not going to be a medieval peasant. Okay, you can raise your kid like a little medieval peasant and have your perfect family, your traditional family. My child is going to be cultured and educated. My child is going to be social. My child is going to be smart. My child is going to know the truth. All the truth. My child is not going to be ignorant like yours. Okay? My child is an iPad child. We should all strive to be like the iPad children. Right? They grow up with the might of the world in their hands, and you deny it.
A Green New
What a
Deal
joke.
with 100% union jobs.
Right, what a fucking joke. You're joking.
Israel and ending the genocide
You're just too scared
what the DSA is doing
about it.
is showing that there is a better alternative.
You see the iPad and you think it to be more than you, to raise your kid instead of you, and it will because you're a shit parent. If you just weren't,
listen, I would never vote for him.
You would have no problem with it like me.
Just to hear stories, I listen to every single one of them, man.
Because I know best
Is this
for a child.
like a split vote?
Believe it or not, I'm really good with people and children. The way this works, people are demonic. They look at children and they don't even treat them like humans.
I mean, listen, dude.
Right, the way you get on their good side is you just treat them like normally. Okay? Because they are just normal. We were all kids once. You just treat them normally. They'll also treat you normally. Right? Because they know children are stupid, they're smart, they learn fast. They're just ignorant.
Curtis Lewa, Donald
That's
Trump,
why you don't want
Eric
them to be
Adams.
ignorant.
These are three men who should
Because
not
you're
have
raising,
been in politics.
you're raising a child.
Should have been on reality
You're not,
TV.
if you're
They
keeping it
need
ignorant,
to be on Bravo.
You're not
you know
raising
what I
anything.
mean?
You're just raising a man child.
We were
right?
unfortunately put in the wrong
It's gonna
timeline
be,
to get some
your
of
kid
those
is going to
folks
be
to
one of
think
those
that they should run
criminals.
for office, but like I just needed them to just be messy queens on TV.
I wonder.
And like
yeah, because it's always tweakers, criminals.
How do you feel about Cuomo?
Stay off the drugs, man.
Man,
I don't agree.
Except only do one, okay? Stay off of 2 at a time. Only do one.
Okay? And the reality is that if you lose somebody who does charades to win, buddy, next time you have to do better. Yo, it doesn't matter what you do, but what happens if some evil person studies what to do to win, and out of nowhere, boom, next election, out of nowhere, takes it by storm, actually wins because he knows what to do to win because he's a meta player. You'll lose. You'll lose. Yo, if you played StarCraft before, you could be the best player in the world and lose to a loser. You know how I know that? I was a loser. I did only fucking 7 racks player rush, and I would win against pro players in
xQc the GOAT.
where you would have to qualify to get.
And the legacy speaks for itself.
Man, like, you have to lock in. It's not the end of me. I'm just telling you.
I feel like Cuomo is your standard politician. He's a man in a suit that's caring about green more than he's caring about us. So Cuomo isn't special to me. He isn't different to me. I feel like we've seen thousands of him if we've been watching. So yeah, I wouldn't vote for him if my life depended on it.
Yeah, what an embarrassing individual, failed leader, disgraced governor.
I just think, you know, he's basically been in office my entire life. I'm 26 years old, and I think that even if, like, when I do debate people, I'm like, we've already seen him, and we've already seen how he runs the government. We've seen, you know, the 6 train getting messed up on weekends because he cut funding to the MTA, and we've seen, you know, New York's leadership go in complete crisis. We've seen even with this campaign him use ChatGPT for his ads.
I think that he has a lot of great experience cutting social programs, harassing women, and taking bribes. So you know, I'm a little worried that Zoran doesn't have as much experience in those fields. But I don't know. I feel like Cuomo probably smells like aqua velvet and like leather polish. And I don't know, he just makes me feel very uncomfortable. It feels like one of your dad's friends just like talks a little too close. And it's like a little too handsy with everyone.
As New Yorkers, when people we can tell when someone's 10 toes when they're not. That's it.
What we've had so far sucks.
What are your thoughts on Cuomo?
Sucks. What can I say? He comes from a family of politicians. After a while, you start stinking.
Zoran represents something different in a way that I think maybe for many people Trump did too.
MAGA has understood this for the last 10, 15 years. You have cool music, you have food, everyone's welcome. Like, the only thing we're going to talk about is how to make your life better, right? Like, there's no, like, check at the gate. And I think that these progressives finally get it, and they know how to message it, right? There's like, hey, you know how your life kind of sucks right now? What if we made it suck less? And I think that's a powerful message. And I think these guys actually believe it, unlike the MAGA people who have been saying that and blaming trans immigrant basketball players.
What brings you out here today?
I don't know. I just kind of found myself. I'm a big fan of visiting stadiums all around the country. It seems like a very chill vibe here.
Yeah.
And they just kind of let me in. I don't know. Hell yeah, of course. Fuck yeah. Zoran Mamdani. He's the GOAT. Of course, they'll still say, oh, it's New York. It's woke.
Chat, guys, it kind of feels bad, chat. Guys, a part of me is kind of sad because, guys, he says Zoran's the GOAT, whatever, but, guys, I thought Zoran left him behind, man. I thought he dropped him off. He said, Hasan, I don't even know this guy. They said, Hasan, boy, I met this guy once. One day. Yeah, what about it, man? Yo, he dropped them off, man.
Gay. That's why they want universal child care as opposed to Arkansas, I guess. But it'll work everywhere. It works here, it works everywhere.
What are your thoughts on Cuomo?
Oh my God! Imagine not reading between the lines. I made a joke about. Oh, I can't.
What can I say about
Jesus fuck.
Andrew Cuomo?
Actual son
He's a
in the chat. I
disgrace.
can't.
And he's not a big fan of mine either. So
has he talked shit about you?
Quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
Like especially this past week, he's been bringing my name up virtually every day.
The assemblyman will not denounce Hamas. The assemblyman will not denounce Hasan Piker, who said America deserved 9/11.
I find the comments that Hasan made on 9/11 to be objectionable and reprehensible.
Cuomo is throwing out mailers, or the Cuomo campaign is throwing out mailers. I think it's a sign that his campaign is failing so spectacularly, because New Yorkers, majority of New York voters, they don't know who the fuck I am. You know what I mean? Like, they don't know who I am, and the ones that do are here, and they obviously like me.
Yo, you saw Hasanabi earlier? Because I think he was there.
Oh, yeah, I chopped it up with him.
Yo, we chopped it up with him? Yo, type shit, that's dope.
Yeah, he's cool.
So I don't think a single New Yorker is going to be
bugged? Like... Bro, this sounds bugged.
Yeah, this was a real big misstep for
Zoran. Actor, I think.
I wanted Fast and
I said that.
But he did a podcast with a guy. He did a Twitch stream with a guy. Nah, not for me. It's cancel culture bullshit, which is crazy because he's the right-wing candidate.
Yeah.
You know?
What about cancel culture in general?
Cancel culture in general sucks. It's not great, but everybody does it. Everybody utilizes it. Everybody leans into it.
I think everyone can, fucking over that shit.
They're so over it. I kind of want to bring it back a little bit. Like, I think we went a little too far on the other side. Everyone is.
Chat. People don't bat the eye about cancel culture when their side gets a W, right? But they say, "Oh, cancel culture sucks. It's trash, whatever." When they suffer the consequences of those same pressures, you can say it sucks always and be vocal about that. Otherwise, cash into W's.
You always want to be extreme in your views. If you're not extreme in your views, you don't have views. You don't stand for anything. You have no backbone. You don't stand on business. You're a nobody. You don't have a philosophy. You're a bum. Right? You never thought too much about the world.
I'm a progressive.
You always like to keep things positive, but never address the negatives.
That's insane.
That's
Maybe
crazy.
we should
That's why
bring back
people
some
don't
woke
listen to you,
culture,
man.
you know?
You
Like,
think
maybe
you're so
not all
high
the
and
cancel
mighty.
culture,
You
but
think
like,
you've got
we
everything
need to
figured
bring
out.
woke
You
back
don't.
a little bit.
You do
What do you
nothing.
think started that shift?
Elon bought Twitter and then said, I love neo-Nazis and we should
Yeah,
have
yeah.
them fucking
Call me a
do whatever
hypocrite.
they want on
Now
the
call me a
platform. I mean, he
hypocrite.
openly did it.
Yeah, yo,
But now
especially
I'm going to
seeing
ask
this, like
ask
New
you,
York City,
if
bro,
you're going to
yo,
do
it's
that,
lit.
What lessons
at
do
least
you
get
think
to know me,
that the Democratic
right?
Party?
At least watch some of me instead of just
Or on the
listening to
other
one
side,
thing I say.
everyone is just like promoting Adolf
Try
Hitler.
and
Get, on the
wrap your
timeline.
head about everything that I think, which is
Maybe
all
we should
on
bring
here.
back
It's
some woke
all on
culture,
here.
you know? Like,
See
maybe
all
not
of it, but
all
you
the
won't
cancel
because it's
culture,
too
but,
much,
like,
right?
we need to bring
Because
woke back a little bit.
you will
What do you think
never
started that
put
shit?
in the amount of time and
Elon
effort
bought Twitter
I did
and then
into
said,
figuring
"I
things
love
out,
neo-Nazis
into
and we
figuring
should have
out how
them
things
fucking
actually work,
do
into
whatever they
figuring
want
out
on the
the truth.
platform." I mean, he openly did it.
Because you can't,
Yeah,
because
yo,
you
it's crazy seeing
are
y'all
of
out
poor
here. It's
character,
like New York
and
City,
then
bro.
demons
Yo, it's lit.
make you
What
lazy.
lessons do you think that
They told
the
you,
Democratic
right?
Party
They
and
told you.
people running for office around the country can take from the success?
Yeah, you can do this, you can do that.
I mean, I think the
It's gonna
authenticity,
make your life
not
better,
only in
but
terms of values, but in terms of believing
Listen,
in what
man.
you stand for, while not being tied to, again, the same financial
Right now.
institutions that are harming the lives of working people, right? The Democratic Party needs
You
to
really
let go
don't want to get
of,
up. Why?
you know,
Because
of AIPAC, of BlackRock, of Lockheed
you can sit
Martin,
here just for a little bit,
you know, of the same institution, the same
and
financial
it will
institutions
feel
that are
great.
electing, you know, Republicans
It will
who,
be good.
you
Just
know,
a little bit more,
are
right?
dismantling our democracy.
You can do that.
I think people are fed up.
You can do that. You just not now, right? Now you've got this going on. This works for us now. So
they get
just
like
think
a company
about
score
now.
based on if they're inclusive and whatever,
how that
and
is,
like if they're
everything works out, but
progressive
it won't,
and
because
they
he's lying to you.
like a boost or more
He's twisting the
if
truth.
they're, like, left
He's
of the-
keeping the
but now
truth
they do
from
it
you.
on right?
Right?
I don't get it.
It will
it's
be
kinda
good
hard
now,
to they always make it look
but
like
it
black, but
will
they're super
be
left.
hell
sometimes
tomorrow.
Super right. So
That's the part he
it's
didn't
why
tell you.
I quit. Fuck. But yeah.
They realize that the situation is untenable. There's no hope for the younger generations out there. They feel like they can't pay rent. They feel like they'll never be able to own a home. They feel like they'll never be able to retire at a reasonable age. And everything is increasingly more dog shit year over year. So people arrive at that position not because of people like myself or...
Stay outside of the cities and stay at your parents' house is what it is. Yo, you want to play the meta, the way the meta is built right now? Buddy, stay at home with mama and dada. Yeah, and you can pay him a little bit of rent. Why? Because nobody gives a fuck about living by yourself if it's fucking miserable. If you're in a city and you're broke and you want to be by yourself, guess what? You can't do it. You can't do it. And if you do it, let's give it a buck. You're not thriving. You are barely surviving and maybe not surviving. What the fuck are you talking about?
Whatever, leading them into that position. But they arrive at that position on their
Not
own
for
because they're
him,
like,
though,
well,
but
okay, there's
for
got to
most
be an
people,
alternative out there
I'd
because
say
this
yes.
shit doesn't fucking work.
Unless you're schizoid, you want to have someone with you, so you can
really
order them
about
around
the people.
and make them do the
And it
things you want
sounds
them to do for you,
cliche to say,
and
but
not
it's
pay them
really
because they don't
hard to
deserve
get
it.
elected as a mayor off of the backs of people and not corporations and not big money, and Zoran was able to do that. So
Okay.
to have someone who is untethered to the very powers that make life difficult in the city is what I'm most looking forward to, and showing the country how a democratic socialist leads, how a leftist leads, and how a progressive leads, right, in comparison to a moderate mayor. So I'm looking forward to seeing a human-centered way of governing and being one of the most powerful people in the city. And Zoran's a good person and has gotten here through the power of movement strength and co-governance. And that's unlike many of the people who have led this city or have ever led this city.
Ever.
And I'm really excited about that.
Was there ever been a good mayor in the city?
Maybe cutting back from eggs and then maybe like hunting deer or killing rabbits?
Yo, bro, that ain't, it's like just out in the city, it just isn't practical. We ain't hunting rats and shit, We know what's going on with that,
Big Zo right there.
Big Zo.
I got a Facebook. Make sure to go vote. November 24th.
Yeah.
As Saddam wrapped up at the Zoran rally, JP was just gearing up for something big. As I mentioned early on, he infiltrated an Andrew Cuomo-hosted young professional mixer at an undisclosed location in Manhattan. What Andrew Cuomo didn't know is that a group called Climate Defiance, known for their confrontational antics, had already planned to disrupt the young professional mixer.